What's up guys, GumbleFan15 here, and today I'm going to be doing my review on the 144 scale high-grade Bugu. So without further ado, let's get to it. Okay, so first I'm going to talk about all the painting and weathering that I did to this guy, and then afterwards talk about any notable points of articulation, as well as the few accessories and extra parts that you get with them. Alright, so as far as the painting goes, all the power cables all over them were originally blue, and I decided to paint them copper, just to be different. And I really like the way that it turned out. Painted them copper, then did the panel lines all over them, made it look really, really well. I mean, I like the blue, but there was just too much blue on this guy. Not really a whole lot of color separation. On his shoulders up here, I painted those gold, as well as all of his joints, on the back of his legs and on his arms. Went over those with gold and silver, and it really makes it pop. I highly recommend, if you want to do any type of little details, that really makes everything pop. On his gun, I put silver on the end with a little bit of copper in that one little space, and on his eyesight on the rifle I painted that a little bit of red. On his heat hawks, like this one here, as you can see, did the power cable in copper, and the end of the heat hawk, painted it red to make it look like it was activated, with a little bit of silver in around the handle piece. As far as weathering goes, I started off doing chipping with black paint. I got a little sponge brush from Hobby Lobby, dipped it in there, and just went along all the edges, giving it a nice basic chipping. I was trying to think what's the best kind of weathering technique to use on him, because he is a spacesuit, and in space there's no oxygen, really no water, so rust really wouldn't make sense to me. So just random debris hitting him in space would do the just the regular chipping. So that's why I went with the black. And then after that, I highlighted it with doing some silver along the edges, give it a bit more deeper scratches. Especially here on the shield, I forgot to mention, I went over that with gold along the edges, and then did the weathering on that. I like how the chipping came out. It really, really looks good. There's a few areas where I didn't have the steadiest hand, so when it came to doing the silver, the brush kind of went off in random places. But since it was still kind of wet, I just kind of rubbed it a little bit, so it doesn't look too terribly bad. And then after that, I went over it with a black wash. I used Vallejo black wash and just put a little dab on it, and then just brush it all in, give it really dirty, grungy look, and it really pulled everything together. Give you a closer look at everything. There we go. Yeah, and his mono eye up there came with two stickers. One that was just pure pink, and then this other one that had a little bit of a black outline, and it faded into a dark pink, and then a very, very light pink. And I like how it looks, but when I put the sticker on, it wasn't completely centered, so my OCD is just kind of killing me right now. You can tell it's just kind of off a little bit. But that's okay, because you really don't want your mono eye centered anyway. And what I really like about this is you turn the head, and the little black piece on the inside does turn. So, turn one way, other way, turns ever so slightly. So, give it a look at all the rest of him here. If I can get out of the shadow. There we go. Really like how he's looking. I personally feel that any type of Zaku or Zeon suit deserves to be weathered. They're just completely militaristic looking suits. I really like how it looks. And it is a lot darker in person, but you know, my camera can't really pick that up all too well. Yeah. Some areas the wash didn't do too well. I went back over it after I had sprayed my flat coat on it, and it kind of stuck to it instead of going all the way down. I feel like I could have done a bit more on a shield, but it is what it is. But it still turned out very well. You know, makes it really look like a whole lot of pieces are just, you know, hitting on it, scratching it up, which is what you want it to look like. On his rifle, if you can kind of tell, kind of went over that with the silver. Just I made the brush really dry and just kind of, you know, dry brushed everything. So it's a little details in there, and I did go over, you know, a few of these little rivet holes with silver. As you can see right there, there's the red. So really cool looking here. I wanted to do this thruster silver, but I'd already flat coated it by the time I thought about it, and I didn't feel like it after that point. So pretty cool here. Oh, and also on the bottom of his feet, I did do a little bit of detail on these thrusters, give it silver with some gold in the center. And on the sides of his feet, right in there, you can see a little bit of gold. And although you'll never be able to see it, up in here there's some pistons that I painted copper. Oh. I really like the way this copper looks once it's been weathered with that black wash. It really toned everything down. Before it was very bright, but once you flat coat it and then put the wash on it, looks really good. Okay, so as far as the any notable points of articulation, there's, you know, it's articulated pretty much all over, but I'm just gonna go over a few of them. Up here in the head, like I was showing earlier, it does move side to side a little bit, and you know, back and forth, and you can push it a little farther back, like so, or forward like this. And like I said, mono eye on the inside does move. Whoop, sorry about that. I do like how his arms look, or how his arms move. It can do a full 360 if you wanted them to. And what I like about these is it's a bend there at the top of the elbow, and then another bend at the bottom of it. So nice double joints there. His pauldrons up here, they do move and come out. Not a whole lot, but it does help whenever you're trying to do more of a crunch, because these cables get in the way of it sometimes. On his waist, it's not really notable in a good way. He doesn't really have much. He has no articulation pretty much here. You can go that or that. That's about as far as he goes. You can't do side to side or anything like that. His legs, same as with the arms, it does have double articulation, and I like it shows this little bit of armor on the inside. You can bend it there, at the top of the knee, then at the bottom of the knee. You can do a little bit extra. See, it bends a little bit farther out like that. So that's pretty cool. Feet, nothing. My one complaint about high grades is their ankle movement is horrible. You can move a little bit side to side, a little bit back and forth, but that's it. If you want to stand them up, what I don't like about high grades is you can't really do a good standing pose like that without his feet kind of cocked up on the sides like that. One thing I wish they would work on. Any other points of articulation worth noting? His smaller heat hawk, he has two. He has a small one and another big one. The small one has this little peg that fits into the his side skirt or in the back right here, but his big one does not. So unfortunate there. Shield, it can move a little bit side to side on here. It hooks on to his hand with a little connection point on the inside of the shield to his the side of his arm. That's pretty cool. And I think that's pretty much it worth noting for articulation. I mean, he does have pieces moving on his rifle, you know, that moves, but, you know, that's pretty much it. As far as accessories go, like I said, you get the rifle, you get that shield, you get 2 He-Hawks, that small one, and this big one here. Focus. There we go. This big one, you know, it's pretty cool, but like I said, there's no peg for it to hold on anywhere, and it just slips into the hands. As far as hands go, you get 2 closed fists, you get 1 trigger finger for the right side, and you get 1 open palm for his left hand. So, and you do get an action-based connector. It's this little thing here, just hooks up to the bottom of them. And unfortunately, I don't have the right piece for the smaller action base for the high grades that'll fit onto this. So, unfortunate with that. And extra pieces, I think you get the only one that's really worth using. You do get another piece for his head, the top of it. It's not gonna have the hole here where you can plug in the commander horn. So if you want just a regular unit headpiece, you can. So that pretty much covers it for this guy. Like I said, I like how he looks. I love the weathering. I think I'm gonna buy more Zaku kits, especially from the Origin line if they keep looking like this. Really doing their job well there. Alright guys, that about does it for this video. As always, don't forget to subscribe for more content. Drop a like on this video if you enjoyed it. There will be links in the description to our Facebook group, Mississippi Gundam and Gunpla, as well as my Facebook page, The New Type Builder. Make sure to go check those out, please. Alright, see you next time.